Okay, now this is the point where we're going to see the beauty of using Microsoft Excel spreadsheets to do your calculations rather than simply typing your numbers into a calculator. Because right now that's basically what we've done. We've typed the numbers into our calculator, Excel, and it's calculated a total for us. But the great thing about doing it in a spreadsheet, and a document that you can keep and use over and over again, is that if your data changes, you don't have to retype the formula into Excel or retype the numbers into the calculator. Excel automatically recalculates your total for you or your whatever calculation for you without you having to do anything. So let's say you estimated that this was how much your paint job was going to cost. And then you went to the paint store and found that paint was on sale. And it was actually only going to cost you $35 instead of the $50 that you thought it was going to cost. So in that case, I just have to click in my paint costs cell and type in the new information, $35. The minute I hit enter, watch your total cost. It automatically recalculates in an instant and changes your total cost without you having to retype that whole formula in. It just does it for you automatically. Let's say you need 2 trays instead of 1 tray, so it's going to cost you $20. Click in that cell with the tray number, type in the new total, $20, and your total cost for your paint job automatically recalculates. Now for a simple spreadsheet like this, it's not a big deal to retype numbers into a calculator. But if you think of in a job, perhaps a business is keeping track of their sales for the year or trying to budget for a department in a larger corporation. And you might have a spreadsheet that might span many pages with many different calculations in it. And each year you type in new data, you want your formulas to recalculate for you without you having to build them all from scratch every single time. And that's where you find that Excel becomes a really big time saver. So go ahead and pause the video and play around with your paint cost spreadsheet, typing in some new numbers and seeing if your total cost changes each time. If the total cost doesn't, then click on that cell B6 that has the total cost formula, and check your formula and make sure that it's referring to cells B2, B3, B4, and B5. If it's not using those cell addresses, then it's not going to know to look in those cells for changes. So that's why the cell addresses are used in a formula rather than just having numbers in there. So go ahead and play around with your spreadsheet and watch your total cost change as you change your data. Okay, are you back? Did your spreadsheet work? Did your total cost change every time you changed your data up here? If it did, then you created your formula correctly, and that's wonderful. You've created your first spreadsheet. At this point, we should save our progress because we've been working on this for a while. We don't want to lose our hard work. To save a spreadsheet, it works just like it does in just about every other Windows program, and if you've used Microsoft Word, it works the same way as Microsoft Word. You go up to the File tab. That gets to this backstage view that Microsoft Office calls this area where you can do things like saving and opening a new spreadsheet and printing. We're going to save, so we're going to click the Save button. We'll take a minute to call up your file box that will let you save. And so whatever documents folder you have to save your classwork, so if you haven't already, you might want in your documents file, create a new folder for intermediate computer literacy. And then you can save your file in there. So I'm going to double click on that to open it up. And then I'm going to click down here on file name and give my file a name, and I'm going to just call it paint costs because that's what this spreadsheet is about. Once I've typed my name, it's already set to save it as an Excel workbook, which is what we've created. And then I click the Save button. And now you have created and saved your very first Microsoft Excel spreadsheet.